fall, Brooke shields as you've never seen her before. Or we could just put her in a funny show after Seinfeld. Suddenly Susan, NBC Thursdays this fall.
This is a NewsCenter 7 update.
Good evening. Thanks so much for being with us for this special Olympic news update. In the news tonight, a summer school teacher at Boise's LeBois Junior High thinks a student may have spiked her coffee with drugs. Police say the 41-year-old art teacher filed a police report 2 weeks ago. That's when she reported feeling sick and hallucinating during morning classes at LeBois. Police have been interviewing students about the incident but have found no proof of a crime.
No, I mean, the interviews have not resulted in the identification of a suspect. We don't even know at this point if a crime, in fact, has been committed.
The teacher took a urinalysis test 4 days after she got sick. It turned up negative for drugs. But police say drugs could have worked their way through her system by that time. The teacher's coffee cup is being tested as well, and the results on that should be back by the end of the month. A 68-year-old man who robbed a Boise bank in May gets life in prison. A judge sentenced Frank Hines to life for robbing this West One bank on State Street, May 24th. He'll serve 5 years before coming up for parole. You may recall, Hines hobbled into the bank and gave the teller a note saying he had a gun and wanted money. The clerk slipped a paint bomb in the bag of cash. Hines dropped it when the bomb went off. He was arrested moments later at a bar on State Street. And search teams located the wreckage of a small plane missing since Monday. The pilot from Texas did not survive. The NTSB says searchers found Maurice Rush's plane about 3 miles from Pony Meadows near Warren. He was headed from Chamberlain to Yellow Pine when his plane disappeared earlier this week. NTSB and FAA investigators are headed to the Payette National Forest where a logging helicopter crashed. One person was killed when the pilot landed near Pony Meadows to pick up 2 loggers. The copter crashed on takeoff, rolling over on top of all 3 people on board. As we mentioned, one killed, the 2 others slightly injured. Their names have not yet been released. And Governor Batt is declaring next week Idaho Breastfeeding Week in conjunction with World Breastfeeding Week. Today, the governor signed a proclamation in his office. Those attending hope to raise awareness about the benefits of breastfeeding.
Training for healthcare professionals. It's just essentially better for the baby. We all acknowledge the health benefits of breastfeeding to the baby, and it's also better for the mother. It's better for the parenting-child relationship.
Boise's World Walk for Breastfeeding will be held this Sunday. It starts at Julia Davis Park at 5 p.m. Take an umbrella and lots of fans because it's going to be a hot weekend, isn't it?
The sunblock would be essential.
Sunblock, very good idea.
Yeah, we're going to see lots of sunshine and hot temperatures very hot.
Yeah.
So something cool to drink would also be in order. And make sure you keep up on the fluids. You'd be surprised how dehydrated you get
I know.
at this time of the year when it is so
important
hot.
things to remember.
This is more like August weather than anything else. And it is a hot one still out there. We're going to continue to see it that way. Take a look at the Pacific Northwest and check this out. A lot of unstable moisture. All the little light blue and darker blue spots you see, that's all unstable moisture. That is not rain. What that does, it tends to cause dry lightning because of all the heat that we're having out of this heat wave. Many of the spots across the Southwest are still in the 90s and up into the hundreds. We're going to continue to see some of these same warm temperatures over the next few days. Now, fortunately, we're somewhat protected, although through the Magic Valley in eastern Idaho, they are not, so they could see some lightning strikes a little bit later on this evening. Now, you're looking at the West Coast satellite map. As this goes into motion, pay attention to one thing interesting about this. The way the clouds tend to circulate in a clockwise fashion, you notice the way they kind of circle around and then come down through Mexico. All of that moisture is being moved around by the high-pressure cell. It is that large. Up towards the Gulf of Alaska, we do have a new low pressure with a cold front associated with it. However, it will not be strong enough to push the high pressure out of the way. In fact, it will have exactly the opposite effect. It will give up its strength to the high pressure, keeping it in place itself. It will just turn into more unstable moisture as it moves over the northern portion of Idaho, just kind of bumping into that high pressure and then falling off through Montana. It will then circulate around down through Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, and come back around to haunt us again with some of this same high pressure. That's why we always talk about the potential for thunderstorms developing late in the afternoon. The way to tell is look out towards the southwest. If you see some of those cumulus clouds starting to stack where they look like big columns of clouds, that's the unstable moisture we've been talking about. Does not produce rain necessarily, and in fact, most cases it produces dry lightning. We're in a very dangerous situation for that right now. The jet streams both bringing in some very hot temperatures. That's why we're talking triple digits by the time we get to this weekend. All right, here's the actual forecast for the next 24 hours. Magic Valley, sunny and hot, 97 degrees for tomorrow. Overnight tonight down to 64. Now for the Sun Valley area, mostly sunny. They'll get some of this unstable moisture in the form of clouds moving through tonight and tomorrow morning, but then clearing out with a high of 91. For the McCall area, hot temperatures as well. High tomorrow about 90 degrees. For Boise, we're going to be 66 degrees for tonight. We'll see some clear skies overnight, but not very much relief from the heat. Mostly sunny, hot again for tomorrow, 100 degrees. Look at that, 102 on Saturday. Finally starts to cool down just a little bit by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but still nothing but sunshine moving through there and a potential for some thunderstorms staying with us.
I have an idea to stay cool tonight.
Yeah.
Stay inside and watch the swimming on Olympics. We'll see you after the Olympics tonight.